Hello, Justin Joseph here today with Project COE's latest video review, and I'll be talking about an arcade shooter port for Wii, Ghost Squad. Now, as I pretty much just said, this is a port, which means it's not a new game. Ghost Squad was actually previously in the arcade, but thanks to the IR functionality built in the Wii Remote, technology-wise, Sega was actually able to port this over to Nintendo's little white console. But when it comes to being different, there isn't a whole lot. But it's the few things that are here that are new are definitely significant. In the fact, with the whole IR arcade shooter gameplay mechanics, in addition to the unlockable content and a couple new modes. But more or less, this is the same game from several years ago. So you just have to bear that in mind when it comes to considering an investment, which is it's only $30, so it's really not that bad of a price point for what you get. So, with that in mind, it's not a bad game at all. It's actually quite fun. In the two main modes, which are Arcade and Party, there are 3 different stages that you can progress through with your actual assault team that's trying to take down the enemy terrorists. And you can do so with a number of branching paths. You can actually choose, tasks to do as you, move from start to finish in each level, along with the fact that there's multiple gameplay scenarios. Instead of just actually shooting the terrorists to take them down and everything, from the beginning of a level to the finish, you can end up sniping, disabling mines, rescuing hostages, etc., etc. It's also pretty cool that you can actually play the game with either the Wii Remote on its own, or you can actually use the Wii Zapper shell. And speaking of that, I've actually had an experience with it, and it's really not as bad as the press makes it out to be. I mean, obviously the preference ranges from person to person, but when it comes to actually using the thing, after you actually go through the pain in the butt process of actually assembling the stupid thing, it really feels just like you would be playing the game in the actual arcade. I understand that the Wii kind of promotes the whole freehand illusion with being able to have each controller in each hand, but it doesn't really feel that unnatural or awkward to have your hands constricted to the shell. So it doesn't really matter which one you use. It really feels good if you know what to expect with an arcade shooter, which is exactly what Ghost Squad is. And then with the actual IR specifically, you can actually have the choice of having the on-screen reticule be visible or invisible. But if you choose for it to be invisible, you can actually score some bonus points, which is obviously helpful for your overall score. Whenever you go from start to finish in each stage. But if you don't, then you can look forward to having sort of like a faster reaction time and being able to take down the terrorists a bit quicker than you would be able to. It's just a little strange that you actually point the actual Wii remote at the sensor bar rather than the screen itself, so it doesn't feel quite as much as a pure arcade shooter as it could have been, but that's really nothing to gripe about too much. But in terms of the technical side, Ghost Squad features pretty much the same visuals from several years ago, although it does support 480p, which is nice, I guess, but the aspect ratio is still in 4:3, which kind of sucks. It also comes with the same kind of campy audio, which is more or less painful one-liners, although the music is actually well suited to the ongoing action. But in terms of the actual value, that lies in having a game that was, again, once in arcades and pretty much coin-operated, now in your very own home, and pretty much ready to be picked up and played whenever you please. You can enjoy it for, as short as 10 minutes to as many as a few hours, just all depending on, what your schedule is and if you're bored or not, or, whatever. It's just however you choose to go about it. And it's also pretty cool that there's actual Wi-Fi ranking. You can compare your performance to other people around the world if you so choose to do so, but that's obviously only if you have a wireless connection, which most people do nowadays. So, with that in mind, with all the different things and just the fact that this is a fun arcade shooter that does make use of the Wii technology very well, Project COE awards this game a 7.5 out of 10. With the pros, again, the IR arcade shooter gameplay, it just feels great to do it, and you can never get bored. And if you're into these types of games like your House of the Deads, your Time Crises, and stuff like that, then this will definitely appeal to you. And then up to 4-player co-op, I didn't actually mention that specifically, but in party mode you can actually have up to 4 people playing each stage at once, which can definitely prove to be very hectic and a lot of fun. And then of course the hidden content, you can unlock guns, costumes, modes, etc, etc. So there's obviously incentive to keep on playing the game after you've finished, the main 3 stages. And then the fact that there's the visuals haven't been touched. They're pretty much the same as they were, and even though it's in 480p, it still doesn't look amazing at all, which is kind of unfortunate, but what can we complain about? Still a fun game. And the fact that the audio is campy, the one-liners are just terrible, considering today's script writing standards and whatnot. And with no widescreen, kind of lame. It's still 4:3, and it would have been nice to have some extra peripheral vision, but obviously Sega didn't want to do that. So hopefully you've found this review to be informative, and as always, if you would like more information, please view our text review on the website, and hopefully you enjoy it if you try it out for yourself. So thank you for your time.